What's up, guys? Matco Michaels here. So I heard he had some new stuff on the truck today, so this ought to be pretty good. You guys, let's go take a look. Come on.
That's the toolbox I had ordered.
Sure.
I actually like it more than, we talked about it when I had just a regular the purple box in here. I said I wish I had the black emblems on it. I actually like this one better. I like the way they did the purple drawers and they did the black vein instead of just the regular black. Gives it a nice, good texture.
I'm not a purple fan, but that's a pretty box.
See, I'm not a purple fan either, but that box, for some reason, I say I'm not a purple fan. I mean, the purple box I wasn't just huge on. I thought it was too much purple. But something about that box, like I could have it with no problem.
Yeah, it's a good looking box.
Yeah, it's called. I just got it Wednesday afternoon, and it's already caught several people's eye. They're really wanting it. I gotta show the guy that's debating on which box he wants.
Oh, that's the guy that's looking at this box?
Yeah, he was waiting on to see this one, whether he wanted that one or this one. So, hopefully this week we'll have first of next week we'll have a decision and be unloading one. Which he's cool about it. He told me, he said, look, if it sells before I see it, sell it and order another one. So, I'm cool with that too.
Well, that's a nice box. That's the same color purple yours was, wasn't it, dude?
A little bit more purple than what mine was.
What'd they call yours when you had it?
Matco Indigo Blue.
Indigo blue? Yeah, they call this electric purple.
Which if you looked at it just right, like if the light hit it just right, sometimes it looked more of a bluish, and if you looked at it a different way, it looked more purple.
Huh.
We called it blurple.
Blurple.
Well, yeah, that's always a cool name, right?
That's a short box, though.
Also got I don't know how long ago we ordered some shirts, but we got the shirts in that we ordered. I think we ordered those back last year sometime. You had the chance to put your name on it and your distributor number, or you could just order them plain. I like my name, but I don't know how many people would like to walk around with my name on there, so I left my name off and just left it with the Matco tools.
Yeah. Pretty sharp.
Well, I know it's a way of advertising, but if I was giving the shirts away, I'd put my name on them.
Yeah.
But I'm selling them, so I didn't want to. Hey, here, buy some advertising for me, right? I'm sure I could have sold them, but nah, I don't want to do that.
You must have something new.
Well, I've got Bill's wireless earbuds, and they're not necessarily new to the market by any, but they're definitely new to the truck. We had the black ones that come out, and we were going to do it for a limited time only, and they sold so well. Between those and the rose gold, they sold so well that Michael's like, okay, well, we're going to continue this. But they went ahead and changed them up to the green style, and they actually changed up a couple of features on them. So I personally bought them and then tried them out before I ever put them on the truck, because I didn't know how well they were going to be. So I waited a while to even get any in, and of course Bill caught me while I was trying them and wanted them. So you spin it. The way it's made is when you plug it in, it actually charges the green part, and then as you stick them in, you'll see a red light or something to come on, and it will charge them as needed and then cut back off. It's going to tell you that the battery life on the thing is 95% right now. So I haven't used mine in a little while because I've had this sinus mess going on, and I'm already hearing myself talk. And when I put those on, I'm hearing double. So I've had them in the truck for a couple of weeks, and they've stayed at 100%. Once they charged up, they haven't went down any, and the base hasn't lost a charge. So really well on that.
Pretty cool.
They fit good in your ears too. I thought they'd be too bulky, but they actually they fit well. My biggest thing about wireless earphones is I'm always afraid they're going to fall out and I'm going to lose it. So I always only wore one, and the reason I did that is I knew, well, A, I got to talk to people all day, and I don't want to be disrespectful and have two in, right? But also, if the music ever quit playing, hey, you just lost your deal. Look for it now. You know, I could see me still losing it and singing the song in my head, and then an hour later, I realize that song's not playing, right?
Bill will be dancing all over the shop now.
I'll be walking around like Wally. Hey, Wally! Wally!
Yeah.
You had to throw something at him.
Yeah. Oh, Wally, I wonder how he's liking it down there. I'm sure he's.
You know he's not working here no more.
You know, I haven't seen him the last couple of weeks. I don't think he's
Where's he at? Tell everybody where he's at.
He's back at MHC Kenworth in Tupelo. Went back to where he was before he'd come up here. Wally is no longer with us, people.
Wally's not here anymore, right?
Say it one more time.
Wally's not here.
Is he going to be here next week?
He's not going to be here next week, nor the next.
He's not going to be here next week, huh?
Nope.
Let's see.
I still got folks asking where's Diesel.
Still got people asking where Diesel is.
Diesel dog is.
You ain't going to believe who just... Hey man, did you hear us talking about you? Yeah, let me call you right back when we get the video done, okay? Alright man, bye. Wow.
Ears was burning.
That was pretty good. That was timed well, wasn't it? So I had a new tool that I wanted to show y'all this week, and a guy needed it like right then.
Oh.
So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a picture of it and go ahead and talk about it because, I mean, a picture is a picture, right? Let me get it pulled up. But it's a device that allows you to diagnose a car without having the car with you, right? In sort of aspect. How many times have you had a vehicle come in and they tell you it's doing something, but there's no codes, there's no freeze frame, there's no nothing? A lot at a dealership, right? So if you have our Max Flex or our 3.0, they've come out with a new device that is able to hook up to it, and you're able to still diagnose those cars. So the way that it works is you plug it into the OBD point, like an Allstate Bullet deal or any other deal you might have. You plug it in there, and it will actually record for 50 continuous hours, and then it just continuously starts recording over itself. So what happens is when the vehicle messes up, you're actually able to
Just unplug it.
unplug it at that point. Once it gets done doing it, if it's a misfire or a shaking that you're feeling or a light that's come on the dash, I've seen check engine lights come on and then go off after you kill the car. Well, there's no freeze frame and there's nothing that you can do. So this will record the data that it saw at that point. Normally, anytime something like that happens, you're going to have some data, but the problem is you've got to have a scanner with you at that point to do it. So what I have people saying that they're going to do with these, and it's really by shop how they're going to do it. If they trust them really well, yeah, go ahead and let them leave. But the tool the cost of it is cheap enough that you can actually tell them, look, we're going to go ahead and charge you this fee because you're going to have our device. When you have that problem, come back. We'll take that fee off once we get our tool back.
Right.
So this is what it actually looks like. It just sticks into the OBD, nothing special. You know, it's basically just like an OBD reader. You just want to stick it in. Stays out of their way. They're actually able to drive. And then once you have that problem, they just unplug it. And then when you plug it in, you know you're not going to go through the first 50 to 48 hours of it, because that's going to be nothing. You fast forward all the way to the end to where right before they unplugged it, and you're able to see, okay, well, we had a misfire on this cylinder, or we had, you know, an ABS. How many times of ABS signals? That's usually the biggest problem.
So does that only work with like the Matco software?
Yes, right now it only works with the 3.0 and the Flex. It's called Max Drive is what it's called. I think it's awesome.
What is the cost of the unit?
So I believe right around $100, right around. It may be more or less. I don't know the exact number, but I had that one. I got it at sale. I think I sold it to the guy for right around 99 bucks. I think. Let me look and see. It'll be right here. Yeah, 99 bucks is what they've got listed on the internet. So you know, you charge the customer an hour diagnosis and you don't find nothing. Normally you say, well, I can't charge you because we didn't find nothing, so just come back when it happens. What's going to happen in the middle of the week, they're going to be going to the store or the doctor or something, they can't come by. Then they come back and say, well, it did it again. They get frustrated. You ask them to leave it, you have to drive it. So now you're taking time out of your shop time to drive it. And it may be just on cold startup. I had one lady that swore up and down every time she went on vacation, she had an issue happen every year. Well, I don't go on vacation with her, so I don't know what's going on. But you know, something like this, you know you know when it does it the most. Just leave it plugged in all night long. It's not going to run your battery down. Leave it plugged in all night long. When you go drive in the morning, if it does it, unplug it as soon as it gets done. I've had some customers that the only fear they had was leaving it, and if that's your fear, just charge them that diagnosis fee of $100 and tell them, you know, look, drive it for a couple weeks. If it doesn't do it doesn't do it again, just bring me my tool back and we'll refund you that money. Shouldn't scare anybody, let them go. I know I wouldn't. There's several customers that I wouldn't have, when I was at the dealership, I wouldn't have said, here, drive this, because they wouldn't even bring my flashlight back if I forgot it in the car. So I doubt they'd bring back my tool. But and the last I heard that the only question I really haven't got an answer is can you have multiples? The last I heard you could, but I want to verify that one more time. This was brought out to us at Expo, so it's an Expo item. We didn't know that was in the making. But yeah, I know people bought 2 or 3, so you know, if you could have 2 or 3 of these in your shop, you have 2 or 3 of those vehicles that normally just sit in, and that's what they have. They have a vehicle that's been sitting there a week. You can't drive it every day, all day. You know, you can drive it home, you can drive it back, and maybe drive it to lunch, but then you take the risk of having a wreck or something like that, somebody hitting you, a deer running out. This is something that puts all the liability on the customer. Plus, they know what makes it do it. So here you go drive it, bring it back, lets the customer work for you, right? Now you're just studying the data, and then once you got the data, you can usually say, okay, well, what caused this? Sometimes you can't, sometimes you still got to do voltage checks and stuff like that, but at least you know what to eliminate. Yeah, what to eliminate and stuff like that. So we've got another sales meeting coming up in a couple weeks. No, like next week and the week after. So hope to get more new stuff. Like I said, a lot of our new stuff is spaced out this year. We're gonna give it a try and see. We're gonna try to do a demo on the new drill bits to see just how much better they are, right?
That's it. Can't beat that. That's pretty nice.
I have a lot of people that think that that's made together. It's not. It's 2 different pieces.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah. You just push the. I just put it on.
A half-inch wobble with
Yeah, I took that off because, or I put that on because it kept falling, hitting the floor. So
it works.
Yeah. I've sold a couple of them just because they're together like that. So.
Well, what else new you got? I see you got some of the new 350 London Streamlight.
Yeah, I got the new 350 streaming. Wow. 350 London.
So, is there a difference in price from the 250 to the 350 now?
I don't know. I don't have a price difference. I mean, I'm sure you could probably justify charging a little more. I haven't at this point. You know, it's if they ever go up on cost, I would have to go up. But right now, I bought them at Expo, so they were on sale. So might as well keep them on sale if I can. But did we talk about the new handles on the picks? The picks are getting new handles.
I know they changed it to
I think
black,
we did.
Right?
Well, we talked about the gray being dirty. I showed a lot of my new stuff last week, but so we
What about that new gasket scraper? Do you have one? One that you showed last week?
the double, the longer ones.
Yeah.
No, I sold them to the same guy that bought the Max Drive. He wanted to try those out. He said the length of them, he'd really like to try those. So the only question I kept getting asked over and over is, are they going to be as good as the red handle? Because everybody's seen the video on the red handle. From what I'm being told, they're going to be right there the same. So he wanted them. He wanted to try them out, so he bought them and gonna give them a try. But yeah, we still got another toolbox coming in. It's gonna be a different color.
That's kind of like in drill bits. If they're any better, I'd have to see them.
Well, you know, on the drill bits,
Like I'm not biting the fact that they're better because I just don't see how they're better.
If they tell me are, I'm gonna have to be proven wrong first. You know, if Matco says, hey, these are better, I'm gonna have to be proven wrong. And they did some tests at Expo and they were showing us and stuff. But like you said, they're both so good. Like I'm gonna have to see the test to prove it wrong or right?
Like I just don't see how you can get any better than the beds because I'm telling you that those hyper-step bits are the best drill bits.
Yeah, so they still sell both sets. So it leads me to believe they have to be better in some way. And they talk about the bluing of the other ones because of the harder steels and stuff. I don't know how many people use harder steel than, you know, an 18-wheeler frame or something like that, but hey, whatever.
Man, they just eat through the truck frame. Just like it ain't nothing.
Yeah, I had a customer up here the other day talking about some non-friction oil and drill bits and stuff like that, and I started showing him mine, and he was just absolutely impressed by the design of them. Everybody's kind of leery of them at first until you show them a video of them actually in action.
Well, I know the day we got ours, like straight off the truck, opened the box, drilled right through the frame on video.
Yeah, so I have a customer that watches the videos, and he asked me last week, you know, what do you have that you could sell me? And I said, well, I've got these drill bits that I can sell you. And he's like, well, I just don't know. He said, I've got a good set of snap-on bits. And I said, well,
I do too.
I said,
I don't ever use them anymore.
I said, well, let me show you this video. And of course, the first thing he pointed out was, hey, they're using a snap-on drill. I was like, well, you know, hey, it is what it is. I said, that's not what we're watching. We're watching the drill bits. And of course, he bought the drill bits after the video. He's like, those look like some good drill bits. And so
I've got a good set of snap-on bits. If anybody needs a set of drill bits, contact me. I'll sell them to you.
Yeah,
they just sit there now.
Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do with this. Because he didn't offer. They didn't.
Probably fixing to be 2 cents for sale.
Well, probably so. He's one of those guys that if you can prove to him that it's good or better, and he has a lot of snap-on stuff. I mean, I started coming way after the snap-on guy did there. But I can show him a video or show him some of our product and just tell him the benefits of it. And if he thinks it's better or he can prove it's better, he buys it. So the drill bits we've got, I mean, they're pretty stout. He bought the ball joint press too. I don't know how, you know, we sold a bunch of those new style ball joint presses just off the videos of how well they work and stuff like that. But,
well, I'm probably going to end up getting an add-on set, but I want to wait
to see how the new
Cobalts first.
Yeah, the Cobalts is I've got another set coming as soon as they come in.
What's the price difference between the Cobalts and the regular ones?
So I haven't priced the big set of Cobalts yet because they're not actually out yet. They're still working on the bigger set. But on the smaller set, you can normally they're on sale, you can normally find them around $190, $200, somewhere in there, $210. And the new Cobalt style is selling for like $240, $250. So
not much difference.
Yeah, $260. You're probably looking at $60, $70 difference. But if they're that much better,
absolutely.
If I didn't have any higher steps, I'd probably go ahead and buy the Cobalt because they say they're that much better. Which we're gonna test that and see. Hopefully.
See, I just wonder, like, okay, they work better in hard steel,
right?
But what does it do with everything else?
So we're not really gonna know until we test it, right? Nah, it's supposed to do really good and everything. They were drilling out bolts and stuff, hardened bolts and exhaust manifolds and stuff like that at Expo, and it showed to go through it a lot quicker, a lot cleaner. There was no bluing of the bits. I mean, you gotta think this guy was using one drill bit all day long in front of hundreds of distributors over and over and over. So it was pretty impressive, but there's so much stuff at Expo, you can't really sit and stare at one thing. You gotta move on. So I think it'd be good to get a set in here and let's just try them out and see what we can do to them and go from there. I'm sure we're gonna put it to the test. It's not gonna be no easy test. So I'm sure we'll find out.
Through a truck ball. I don't care.
I've seen people drill through.
If they're tough enough, we'll drill through.
Yeah, I've seen people drill through ratchets and everything else. You know, so with the old saw, I don't know why you would drill through a ratchet, but hey, they did it for the fun of it. It looked cool. It showed the point, and that's enough for me. Bill's found the stress balls I've got throughout the truck. I threw those things around just so people could.
Bill, you need
release
a stress ball.
right?
I'm not going to use this as a stress ball.
Oh well. I didn't know if this.
Actually, I'm working on building a suitcase drum set.
Yeah.
Because we go to the nursing home and we play music and everything can go inside the suitcase.
Yeah.
And I saw a guy use one of these on a YouTube video for the kick drum
Yeah.
beater. He used one of these instead of the actual beater.
Huh.
So, and I've got the old kick pedal that I've got is junk.
Yeah.
So I was going to try one of these and see how good it sounds.
Well, you can do that. If something makes you mad, you can squeeze it all in one thing. And there's no telling how many of those I've given away this week. I mean, with all the stress and everything else, you know, I'm sure people starting to feel the effects of the coronavirus. People freaking out over it, which we should all be worried about it. But I think we're panicking a little too much. But
We were going to buy the Dollar. I was telling everybody we went by the Dollar General last night. And Kyla had to get some sugar and a couple of the other small items and stuff. And while I was sitting out in the parking lot, there was probably 15 people that walked out with double armfuls of toilet paper. Like,
nobody knows why they're buying all the toilet paper. But you know, if you're buying all that up, I hope you're going to share with the elderly.
toilet paper and cleaning goods, alcohol, rubbing alcohol, because you can make your own Germex. Like all the cleaning supplies are gone. Shelves are empty.
So what happened to just regular soap? Soap's better than Germex, so let's just wash our hands, do what we can do. Like I said, I know it's serious, and I think we should take it serious. But then again, you know, I feel like everybody's gonna feel the effects of this panic. I feel like everybody's gonna slow down.
Yeah. Kyla told me this morning, she said, you need to tell Clay today that you might need to get a cow from him. We'll have something to eat.
You know, and I was watching the news, and they said that people starting to buy baby formula and stock up on foods and stuff like that. It's 2 weeks quarantine if you get it. Like, what are you packing up for your quarantine yourself to? You know, we're stopping everything, and people don't like sports, and that's fine. Some people do, some people don't. But we're shutting, you know, sports down. We're shutting, you know, schools down. We're shutting all this stuff down. Have you ever worried about something so much that then when it was over, you're like, I made myself sick for nothing? I think that's what we're doing here. I think we're freaking out to the point we're slowing our economy down to the point that it's going to hurt everybody. And then when it's all over with, we're going to go, oh.
Well, look 20 years ago, when it turned the century, everybody, in 99, everybody was like, everything's going to shut down when 2000 rolls over. The computers won't even be able to, you won't even be able to turn your computer on. And everybody was panicking about it. Like, people were buying gas and putting it in 55-gallon drums. It was horrible.
You probably will get toilet paper real cheap in a couple of months. But the thing about it is, like I said, I know it's serious. People's dying. I know that. But there's so much fake, you know, statistics about it. You know, it's not everybody that gets it's passing away. In fact, I've heard at least 4 times this morning that most people that get it are going to recover perfectly fine. It's elderly people with you know, underlying health condition and that's, you know, that's something to be worried about. Like I said, we don't want nobody to die from it, but we've got other things out there. We've got the flu, we've got everything else. I know there's no cure for this right now, or no vaccine for this right now, but it's coming. I mean, freaking out and buying the stores out to the point to our economy stops on a dime is not a good thing.
It kind of makes you wonder how many people have actually gone into debt trying to stockpile stuff up.
Oh, I guarantee you the income tax of most people is gone in like a week. In toilet paper and Clorox, you know, I'm sure their stocks are high right now.
Well, I hadn't got my income tax yet, but I can promise you, I'm
You
not.
ain't buying no 500 rolls of toilet paper.
No.
There's a way to be worried smart, and there's a way to do what we're doing now, and we're doing it the wrong way. Like, we need to let them do what they got to do. We need to take their warnings and wash our hands, but we should have been doing that before. You know, if you're sick, stay home. I understand that, but let's not shut down the world over, you know.
Well,
I am no doctor though. I'm a tool salesman.
Go back in here and get to work on this Allison transmission. Anyway, guys, that's our video today. Wash your hands. Don't get the corona. Hopefully you got some toilet paper because you can't buy it nowhere else.
Buy Matco tools.
Buy Matco Tools. Check the links in the description. Go Tools, discount codes, all that good stuff. And if you do run out of toilet paper, Matco still has you covered, just under a different name. Use socks. Wash them with your bleach. It's all good.
That's right. We can use socks. We can use all kind of stuff, right?
Alright, guys. Hit that thumbs up. Click that subscribe button. We're going to get back to work. We'll catch y'all guys next time. See ya.